Hey guys, Carey Hodsden, PGA here. Sorry for the slight break in the action. I'm back and just had a whole bunch of busy things going on in life, including playing a few tournaments, which we did okay in, and also doing some teaching, helping out some fellows that were in town, some tour players and things like that for other big tournaments, major championships, and the like. So what I want to talk about today is distance. How do you create distance? And this isn't going to be about let's get rocking and going back and forth and get as wide as we can and all this kind of stuff to create distance. I think that the biggest thing that people forget when they're talking about distance is center face contact. Really, the most important thing that you can do in your golf swing or when you're playing golf is get center face contact. Your focus must be on striking the golf ball, period. End of story. Okay? You got people that think, you got to hit it towards the target. Yes, we have to hit it towards the target, but all of that is kind of pre-shot. We get a good setup, we get a good grip, we get good balance, we get good alignment, all those types of things. All of those things happen in the setup. Okay? And then we're already aimed and we're hitting it at the target, providing we execute our golf swing. Now, how do we execute our golf swing to create center face contact? That really is the question. How do you do it? Is there like an easy fix or a way where everyone can get center face contact without, hitting it on the toe, hitting it on the heel, hitting it all over the place? How hard do you swing? What's the order of things? All those kinds of things all go into creating center face contact. Today, what I want to do is I want to share with you a drill. I have a tour player that's working on trying to get his plane right now organized. He's a little bit upright right now. He's trying to get back down to a more neutral plane around his body. And because his arms are going up so much, we need to figure out how to get his arms and the club and his hands back in what you call the slot. And you guys have heard about the slot by reading golf magazines, watching YouTube videos, and those types of things. Kind of a cool word, and a word that everybody likes to use to describe what it's going to feel like perfectly right before you hit the golf ball if you get it in the right slot. Now, what you got to understand is several different things. I'm not going to get super in depth on concentric circles today, but there's going to be a moment, kind of like what Hogan did in his book and the illustrations that the guys that helped Hogan write his book talked about, and then other teachers whom I have great respect for on YouTube and in the world, all over the place. I've been to just so many, from you pretty much name it, the Hank Haney's and the McLeans and the Ledbetters and the Mike LeBeau, just all these kind of guys. I've been to a lot of different guys over my 35-year PGA career, and they all have a lot of good information. And online, I've listened to a couple of guys that I think are pretty good along the Hogan track. My favorite one is easily Christopher Hudson with Polygon Golf. He's got a lot of really good stuff when it comes to Hogan. And he and I together kind of work together a little bit, and we talk about those types of things and how to kind of get closer to the Holy Grail, if you will, with swinging the golf club. So let's get right into this now, and let's talk about this drill, and let's talk about how we're going to create center face contact. Okay, so the less motion, the better. Hopefully you would all agree with that. The less moving parts in any type of swing with a stick and a ball, whether it's tennis or badminton or baseball or hockey, whatever, the less moving parts, the better. The easier it is to hit it in the center of the face, okay? So with us, what I want to try to do is, a lot of you are decent players, some of you very good players, some of you are just getting started or trying to move up into that intermediate level. This is going to help all of you easily, okay? And it's going to help you a ton. All right, so what we're trying to do here is, I've got a sand wedge here. It's a 54-degree wedge. I bend them to 55 and get a little bit more bounce on them, but with this particular wedge, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hit a 60-yard shot. This wedge will go about 108 yards in the air for me, and I'm going to try to hit a little bit of a 60-yard shot here by just cocking my, getting the club up in position, with a proper wrist set, okay? And then I'm going to turn with my shoulders, but I'm not going to lift my arms at all. My arms are not going up in any way, shape, or form. My arms are literally going to stay right here, just like this. So we're going to go to right here, okay? And then we're going to turn into this area right here, and then we're going to hit from the side, approach from the side, and we're going to try to hit a 60-yard shot. Should look something like this, okay? Okay, so that type of shot and that type of tempo is what we're looking for. What I want you to do when you go to the range or when you go to the indoor hitting facility, wherever it is that you like to go to practice, I want you to hit about 10 to 20 of those just like that. Really try to dial your distance in. Get your little rangefinder, shoot 60 yards, and try to hit it to 60 yards every single time with almost a full shoulder turn and just a wrist set. So we're setting the wrist here and we're just turning the shoulders, and then we're going to try to approach from the side and we're going to try to release and get through our release and hit our 60-yard shot. Don't stop your golf swing. Like on the way through, when you're going through this motion, don't stop your golf swing. Let the swing go all the way through, but restrict yourself on the backswing from getting here and lifting. Don't lift. Don't lift at all. Keep your elbows, your biceps on your sides, and get here, turn, and then just hit from the side, hit your little 60-yard shot, okay, and then let your arms go. Now, once you get the hang of that, I want you to move up the set and get into a 7-iron, okay, 7, 8-iron, whatever you want, whatever's comfortable for you. I want you to literally, let's say for instance your 7-iron goes 150 yards, okay, that's pretty good for most folks. So let's say your 7-iron goes 150 yards. I want you to hit this 7-iron with a full swing, okay? And when I say a full swing, I'm not talking about a full swing and lifting your arms up. I'm talking about just this wrist set and your full shoulder turn and then hitting from the side. I want you to try to hit your 7-iron. Instead of 150 yards, I want you to hit about 60% of that, okay? So let's just say approximately 90 yards, okay? Somewhere in that range, 90, 100 yards with your 7-iron. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up just like normal, and when you go to you're going to take your golf swing back, keeping everything quiet. You're going to go ahead and you're going to set your wrists and turn to right here, full shoulder turn. That's it. We don't get to go up. We don't get to do anything else. It's just right here, okay? And then you're going to swing through from the side, and you're just going to try to hit it at a nice, easy 60% tempo, okay? Down the fairway, and see if you can hit it about 100 to 100, 100 yards, 90 to 100 yards with your 7-iron, okay? Obviously, I hit a little bit farther there, but I think that this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to create center face contact, okay, over and over and over again. That's why I don't want your arms to leave your body. I want you to stay right in here, set the wrists, turn, and then you're right here. It's going to look like it's low and flat to you, okay? But it's going to be dead on plane. It's going to be perfect. Then you're going to approach from the side, okay, just like a baseball swing, and allow the release to happen naturally. And it's just going to happen naturally. You're going to start hitting it in the center of the face almost right away, okay? So you do this with your wedge. You move on up to your 7-iron, give or take, and then I want you to move up to like a 5-iron or a hybrid or something like that. If you got a hybrid, that's fine too. As a matter of fact, let's just do a hybrid. So we can get into the same type of motion even with the hybrid, okay? And even with the driver. So go do it with your driver too. I mean, move up the set, okay? So that you can make sure you're getting that center face contact. All right, so we line up our hybrid. This happens to be a 3 hybrid, if you're using a 5 hybrid, 4 hybrid, whatever. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna set up here. We're gonna do our wrist set and turn our shoulders, and that's it. That's all we get, okay? So it's almost like we're trying to hit, if our hybrid goes 200 yards, we're trying to hit a 140-yard hybrid in the air, okay? If you've got a hybrid like this. Or if you've got a 150-yard hybrid, once again, you're trying to hit it about 100 yards, okay? And how you do that, and you don't slow down, you swing through, but you just go, everything is just about 60% speed until you can really, really get the hang of hitting it solid, okay? So our wrist set, and turn right here. Our arm does not leave our body, does not go up, does not go anywhere, okay? So here, turn right here, and it's almost like we're hitting a pitch shot again with our hybrid and hitting from the side, okay? Once again, I got 127. My hybrid goes about 230 in the air, this hybrid does. And we got 127 miles an hour just out of that 60% swing on the ball speed. And we were able to carry that ball about 188 yards because I hit it in the center of the face. Okay? Only because I hit it in the center of the face. You don't need all this stuff. You just don't need it. What you need to do is you need to get and do this the same way every single time, okay, to get that center face contact. If you can do that, then you can get into a position where when you open your golf swing up and you get used to hitting it in the center from this spot over and over and over again, all the way through your set, you can open up your swing in a very short period of time. I mean, if you just do this a little, every time you go to practice, a little bit every day on the range, you go to practice, in a couple weeks, you're going to be striping it. You're going to be hitting it dead in the center of the club every single time. All right, so then when you get used to it, you get here, you're going to get a little bit fuller turn, but it's still going to be your wrist. You're still going to be against your size of your body, and your wrist is still going to be. I'll get you more down the line here. Your wrist is going to be cocked, but we're not going up, okay, for any reason. And then you can get to the point when you get here where you can start hitting from the side and really, really letting this thing go. And your, like that club head speed, or that ball speed went up to 140 miles an hour, and I didn't do anything different. I just moved a little bit faster. I went from like 60% to about 80%, okay? And I know it doesn't even look like I'm swinging that fast then, but the ball flew 221 yards in the air. I mean, that's pretty good. So you guys gotta simplify all this stuff, okay? Simplify it. Get in here, stay connected. Hit when you get out of whack on the golf course, or when you get out of whack, after a tournament or something like that, go to the range, work on this little drill. I promise you, it's gonna help you like you can't believe. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you guys is I'm getting a lot of inquiries, direct inquiries from people asking me if I teach online. The answer is yes. If you want me to make you a personal video, I'm happy to do that. You're going to pay me directly through Venmo, and currently, if you want a 45-minute video, it's $150, and that's just how we're operating here. And then I'll give you my Venmo information when you're ready. But I will make you your own personalized private video. All I need you to do is send me an email telling me what it is that you want, what it is you're looking for, okay, in your game. Then I need you to send me a face-on video, at least one, and at least one down-the-line video, okay? And then I'll look at you, I'll completely analyze your move, every facet of your move, and then I'll send you a video along with a couple of drills of what I want you to do to start improving. It'll be homework, okay? And then if you want to continue the relationship and you like what you're hearing, then each time you contact me, we'll work on other lessons. I can't get to everybody around the country or around the world, but I will definitely try. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm Carey Hodsden, PGA at X Golf Chesapeake, and hit them long and straight, okay? I'll see you soon.